George, what an epic victory last night. Can I just get your immediate reaction to becoming the new world lightweight champion?
It's a good feeling. All the hard years, all the years of blood, sweat and tears in the trenches, in the dark, the late night runs, the early mornings, it got me through that fight. That inspiration and motivation I had, that willpower, I pushed through everything last night to win that fight and to make sure I brought all these beautiful belts back home to Australia.
It really was an epic fight, looking back. A lot of comments online are saying it's one of the best lightweight fights of all time. Let's just talk about the fight a little bit. Did you feel you needed to make a dent in Teo early?
Yeah, because I knew he was going to come out heavy. I knew he was going to come out trying to take my head off. But that was all part of the psychological games, to make him upset, to get him angry, to get him coming, and trying to look for that big shot. But that's how I lined him up and set him up. So we had a very good game plan, and we boxed to a T. Only round 10 is when I made a silly mistake on myself, but that's a good learning curve. But again, to show the true champion that I am, to get up and come back and win round 11 and 12, no problem.
And when you heard the final bell, you obviously thought you'd done enough. That said it all in your face.
Yes, I knew I'd won the fight. The whole crowd knew I'd won the fight. Lopez knew I'd won the fight. His own dad knew I'd won the fight. So, I was just hoping the judges made the right decision, which they did. Obviously, one didn't, but that's the fight game. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how, as long as you win.
There was a great moment in the dressing room before the fight where you was on FaceTime to, I think, your kids back home.
Yeah.
What was you saying to them just before you turned your phone off?
Just that I love them and that Daddy's going to come home with all the belts. And I got to speak to him after the fight, and they were excited. Still a little bit confused of what happened. I know my daughter didn't want to watch the fight. My son was glued to the TV. So I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Talking about going home, I don't think you've boxed in Australia since 2017. That's got to be one of your immediate goals for next year.
Yeah, we are coming to do a big stadium fight. That's the plan. I always said it. When I get all the jewels, all the marbles, they got to come and see me. So 80,000 in a big stadium in Sydney or Melbourne. That's the plan.
Australian boxing on the whole seems to have gone through a bit of a resurgence in the last couple of years. Do you think this could almost inspire the next generation?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so, because I have left a blueprint now to get to the top and take risks and not be afraid to go into the backyard of a champion or beat whoever you got to beat in front of you. Take the risk, and I have showed that. And I believe this is the greatest victory for an Australian fighter ever. This puts me as one of the greatest fighters, if not the greatest. And it's a good feeling, but there's much more to do. This is only one chapter. I'm only 28. I'm not 31, 32. I've got many years to go, and I've got plenty more to do.
And before that next chapter, I guess you will want a bit of time to reflect, unwind, spend some time with the family, and like you mentioned in the ring last night, actually mourn the loss of your grandfather as well. So it's probably a time to reflect, isn't it, at the minute for George Kambosos before you look to the next stage?
It is. Look, I want to be in the gym today. I just love being in the gym, but my body is physically too sore to be in there, and I'd be stupid if I did. But I'll still be training, still pushing the limits, still perfecting my craft. When you win a world title, let's say you get 20% better. Well, I just won everything, so I'm going to get 100% better. I'm going to be more dynamic than ever. So this won't change who I am. I'll be as real as I have ever been. I'm looking forward to bigger and better things now.
George, just finally, do you have a message to your friends and family back home who no doubt would have been watching last night and watching this now?
I love you, everybody. From Australia, from Greece, from all my friends and family, from everyone that came here. Everyone watching back home. The support, I could feel it on my shoulders, and we did it. Against all odds, we did it.
George Kambosos, and the new, congratulations.